Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of the biggest health risks that have men seeing an acupuncturist. Now I know in part 1 I spoke of heart problems, respiratory diseases, and alcoholism. I'm going to continue on with health risks that men tend to experience and suffer from, throughout their lives. And guys, you really have to take your health serious, because it's not just walking into the Acupuncture My Life clinic here in New York City when, whatever disorder or health complication you're facing, it's at a severe stage. And even in some cases, when your physician cannot really help you to the extent in which you like, you'll come in to see an acupuncturist and would love to get the problem resolved, in 1 or 2 treatments. I can understand that. But there is a reality to all of this. And this is why I have these Acupuncture My Life podcasts. So that when you begin to experience certain symptoms, certain signs and symptoms, you can think, wow, I remember Dr. Lott speaking of this or that. Let me see an acupuncturist, and maybe even my physician as well, right away. That's the objective here. Because it's astonishing to know how much men actually suffer in silence. It is very, very surprising to many how much men suffer in silence. They'll endure the discomforts of these health complications until, the last minute. And usually when that happens, it's not good. But along with heart problems, respiratory disorders, and alcohol abuse, men also suffer from depressive disorders at an alarming rate. Hundreds of millions of men globally, and that's a conservative number, believe it or not. There are many days in a man's life where he considers suicide. And this is part of why I say men suffer in silence. Because to harbor suicidal thoughts is serious. It is very, very serious. And it's not recognized until that man acts on it. And when he does, hell breaks loose. But how much do we think? How much thought do we give as to how long he's actually been dealing with whatever depressive disorder has taken him to that level to act in such a way? There are many men out there that are unaware that acupuncture is great for treating depressive disorders. Great for treating depressive disorders. And even if you don't pursue acupuncture, there are many things that can help from a social perspective, that being family and friends, or even exercising. You'll be surprised. Exercise is great for you mentally and physically, and even spiritually. But even when it gets really, really bad, there are ways to prevent suicide. Of the many ways, definitely see an acupuncturist. Other health risks in which men face is unintentional injuries as well as accidents. Now, there are some countries where injuries and accidents are the leading cause of death among men. And overall, many individuals don't think of it. And these injuries and accidents that are unintentional include car accidents, firearm accidents like guns, traumatic brain injuries, drownings, slips and falls from high places. Let's just say a construction worker at a construction site working on a beam 30 stories up. These accidents do happen. Or beams falling on men on the ground below. Tools. Different tools will fall from a beam like 30 stories up. These things do happen, as well as car accidents. Unexpected discharge from handling guns when you think it's on safety or what have you, just dropping it and the gun discharges. Many men die or suffer severe injuries when it comes to injuries and accidents that are unintentional. You have to understand, health is wealth. The wealth, it's not in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not in your pocket. It's not under the mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's in you. The wealth is in you. And guys, you really have to seriously consider making acupuncture a part of your life. You really do. Another major health risk is liver disease. Many men suffer from cirrhosis of the liver cancer, hepatitis C, and you should be. This is why I say see your physician on an annual basis, as well as engage in regular wellness visits with an acupuncturist. Because when you do your annual checkup and you have blood work done, you look at your liver panels, and you can even request from your doctor to test you for hepatitis. It's another silent killer because it's a major player in liver cancer. And many individuals are walking around with hepatitis B and C, or C. And just because symptoms aren't necessarily presenting where it's like it's going off like an alarm, many of us ignore it. But men suffer big time from liver diseases. Men will feel discomfort under their right rib, and they'll shake it off unless it's like really unbearable. You know, this can be like bowel duct cancer, again, hepatitis. Why? Let's go back to the last episode. Alcohol, even smoking, in respiratory diseases. These greatly contribute to liver disease. And men suffer from liver disease big time. So it's something to think about. And please, take my recommendation seriously and make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?